Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Garden of Ethan. We are on episode 25 today, and I realized that the wearing a shirt streak has definitely faded and died. Plus, it is freezing and I don't think I have any shirts left. B, it is quite cold in my room. It honestly doesn't look that bad outside, but it's one of those things of I've just been sitting still and I am cold. Yes, I could have probably done jumping jacks, but as they say, hindsight is 2020. But also I'm just in like trying to stay warm gear. And also apologies if my voice is a little hoarse. It's not that bad, but I'm just coming off the back of streaming, which was a blast. We just streamed for like 3 hours, which is wild, because I talk a lot, but 3 hours is a lot of talking, and half of it is just constant. Well, usually I talk to myself anyway, so it's fine, but God, it's a lot of talking. But it's really fun. Today we had some technical difficulties, but it's my first day. I just upgraded my streaming service thing. So now I can stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So there's a chance if you care about, well, I was going to say if you're sorry, this is going to happen a lot. If you're a video game person, if you see me live, come say hi, come hang out. Also, if you're not a video game person, if you want to, come say hi, come hang out, or lurk. That is completely, if you want to ever pop in, say hi, chat, I love to talk. Literally, the conversation is only mostly about video games, what I'm talking about to myself, where I bet I'm happy to have a fun conversation about anything else live. Obviously, that's just to be said. But yeah, it's a fun time. But I do agree, if you just, if you see me live and just want to lurk around, have a watch, feel free to do that too, because that is how I exist in life. I don't know if I said, it's not that interesting, but I don't know if I've mentioned it here. Before doing this, and in general still, I've never commented on a YouTube video. That is something, or a Twitch, actually I have now, because someone who watches the videos and stops in a stream every now and then, I say that like I don't do it enough to say now and then, but stopped in a stream at one of my streams a couple of times. She was streaming, so I said hi. I like went in, and it took the most confidence in me to be like, hey, how you doing? Because that's just something I've never done. I am a lurker. I watch videos. I barely like I've started doing that more now because like a like's good. Also, like, but I would just appreciate things and kind of keep it to myself. So the only reason I like really start commenting, technically still don't comment, is because I'm commenting on my own. So I'm replying, which is obviously the best stuff ever. But does that count as like, I haven't commented on another creator's videos or something, so that's still, who knows when my first comment is going to be, but we're holding, I literally don't know, I never have. I don't even think I've liked to comment on a YouTube video. It's just not in my nature, which is weird doing that. I see how weird it sounds, but it's just one of those things. So I'm a big lurker. I love to just go unnoticed, and so I get that vibe if that's what you're going to go on. This week, I'm going to say we don't have much to talk about, but it's also one of those things of, and we still may talk for a while. But the main point, I've got a notes page up. I jot the things down. Like I go throughout the week. When I have something interesting happen or just do something, I'm like, that's a good topic, fun thing to talk about. First of all, how's your week? I hope is going well. And if it is not going the best, as weeks do, as we all know, I hope I can provide a little bit of levity. Is that the right word? I hope to provide a little bit of an escape from that week. But do you know the other day? When was it? Today is Tuesday for me. A day of filming, day of uploading. On Saturday and Sunday, there was a thing around the globe. I mean, it happens in but I don't know the specifics to this. But apparently there was like a geostorm, geoelectric magnetic something or other, and there was auroras everywhere. I don't know what countries it actually hit. I saw some posts about it in like London and maybe like Switzerland. But I don't know like what countries got it. I didn't look into it enough because I didn't know about it until on Saturday night. We kept seeing posts about this thing, me and my friends who were out at the time, and we're like, what the hell is going on? But apparently there was, like Northern Lights, Aurora, happening in a lot of different places and visible, even if it's not that bright, mainly on camera when you up the contrast. And I was like, what the hell? And why didn't I know about this? And I felt so dumb because I missed it. And I was like so sad because there was like people posting about it, like, friends of my, like mine and, friends of my other friends who I was out with, of these pictures from like not that far away of just this like the cool sky, even when it wasn't that bright, but just like to see an aurora would have been sick. And I was like, I am so jealous. Everyone was posting about it on Twitter. I saw a heap of it. And I was so jealous because I was so sad. So like on Saturday night, which I did know that was happening, I had my friends over. I made a couple of cocktails. We went out, had dinner, and then just, went to a couple of bars, had a nice night. But while the aurora was happening, I depends where you could see it from. But we were at a rooftop bar for like a good hour or two. Granted, the sky didn't light up, so I feel like I would have noticed if I was like, oh, hey, the sky is green and pink. What's going on? But I just like, it felt so bad that I was like, oh, the bloody sky is alight. I was just like, how did I miss? Like, we're on a rooftop. It would have been the perfect place if we could see it. I don't know. It was so annoying. I'm so jealous because there was like such good pictures. Even if they weren't good pictures, just the fact of that happening is so cool. And then apparently it was happening like Sunday night too, the day after. And I was so sad. I only remembered it. I was playing games with my friends all night. And then at like midnight, I think, or like 12:30, I like was like, oh, I remember it. I will see it. I walk outside. They're like, you'll see it if there's clear skies. It's raining. Clouds everywhere. And I was like, are you kidding me? I don't think I would have seen it anyway because I probably would have missed it. I was so annoyed. I was like, that would have been such a cool thing to see. The one time it wasn't on the internet, I guess, all day paying attention to what was going on because I was editing and filming that day. One time I'm not spending my whole day scrolling through Twitter. I missed something really important to see, which is so annoying. But it was cool to see all the photos that I did and just like a cool thing. Like my friends, I think, went down the beach and they saw it. To be someone else who got to see it. I mean, I was happy I'm not complaining about what I was doing, but it would have been a really cool thing to see. But it wasn't an eventful weekend, but I went out. I don't drink too much anymore. I went out and had a good couple of drinks, so that was fun, but also was feeling a little woozy the next morning. Also, we went out to dinner. We had a couple more drinks, had a couple of cocktails. I had a nice one called the Passion Dash. Great. Also, is pash a slang word everywhere? If not, if it's just Australian, pash is like a kiss. So like Passion Dash, kind of like a kiss and I don't know. It's kind of cute maybe. But it was also in reference. It was elderflower, passion fruit, and pineapple with, I think, gin. Ooh, it was very nice. It was a good little cocktail. And then generally my drink of choice these days, I get a gin, lemon, lime and bitters, or a cider, which I had both of. So they were all very nice. And then it was like 11:30. We didn't stay out that late, but because we're just having like a nice night, chatting, catching up. And I was like, let's get some food. I was like, I'd been talking about going to fast food all night because I don't have that's kind of untrue, but I don't have it all the time. And I was like, I've been craving some, like, since I moved, and I'm not with my old housemate, we used to get Hungry Jacks. Also, for people who don't live here, Hungry Jack's is Australian Burger King. Like, Burger King is called Hungry Jack's here. It's kind of the same thing. I think it's the same company, same business, you know, Whoppers and stuff. But here it's called Hungry Jack's. But I'd been wanting Hungry Jack's so much. And after the night of drinking, which I don't do that much anymore, I was like, it's getting to the end of the night and I'm really not hungry. Like, I don't want food at all. But I had been kicking up such a stink all night. I was like, yeah, no, we have to still get food. So we went and we had it. I was like, oh, this was not a good idea. But I stuck to my guns. I was like, no, it's fine. I made everyone walk all the way here. I'm going to eat it. Was like, cool. I'm not dying. We're like, how are we getting home? We're like considering Ubers and we're like, oh, I was like, I can get a train. It's not that bad. I'll get a train, get a bus. Whatever, I'll figure it out. And my friend was like, yeah, I'll get a train too. And my train was in like 20 minutes. His was in like 20 minutes as well. And I'm like, cool. We leave the place. And then he's like, actually, my train's in 10 minutes. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, okay, well, you'll just catch the next one. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm running. I was like, well, I don't want to be left alone, but also I don't want to run. I was like, I was already not hungry, and now you're going to make me fucking run? I hate cardio. So we ran to the station. Oh my God. I got to the end. I haven't gone on a run in a decent amount of time. Like, I go to the gym. Is cardio included in that? No, not in the slightest. Absolutely not. Fucking hate cardio. I got there. I was like, I'm tired, I'm drunk, I'm about to throw up, not even from drinking. I was just like, I haven't run and I just ate fucking fast food. I was like, so what? And I was like, my friend's like, you can have some of my water. And I was like, I had COVID last week. Like, I spent my 7 days indoors. You don't even have to do that anymore. I'm not a saint. I just like don't want to get anyone sick. But I was still like, I'm fine, but I don't want to give you anything. Even though I'd seen him like the days before, but I was like, sharing spit. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I was like so thirsty. So I got in that night and drank like a gallon of water, watched an episode of Gordon Ramsay, which didn't help. Like, Kitchen Nightmares, lovely show. Just seeing some gross looking food was not going on. And then I got up the next morning and it was Mother's Day. Again, in Australia, I don't know if Mother's Day is the same day as in other countries. Because I swear in like either America or like the UK, I'll see on Twitter like Happy Father's Day to everyone. And I'm like, no, it's not. And it's just like a different date. So who knows if it was Mother's Day everywhere else. But I went to, we went out for, so I'd already been like kind of grossed out by food, but I was like, we're good. I'm going out to lunch with mum and dad. And we get to the place and we're like, talking about it. We're all having a good time. And we're like, oh, what will we get? So for like an entree or kind of just a little share at the start, I was like, let's get some cheesy garlic bread, because who doesn't love garlic bread? Garlic bread is just, everyone likes garlic bread. It's the best. And I was like, my old housemate got me onto cheesy garlic bread, which if you haven't had it and have an option to get it. It's delicious. Cheese and garlic bread. We actually got cheesy bacon garlic bread. It was fucking great. It was a lot, but it was great. And it was fantastic. So I had that and I was like, wow, I'm already kind of full. And I got a steak sandwich for lunch and I was like, holy shit, am I going to be able to eat all this? But I was like, no, I'll be fine. Like, you order food these days, everything costs a lot, but it's always small. I was like, it's going to be fine. So I had my cheesy garlic bread, already feeling thirsty as hell because hungover a bit, but also garlic. I'm like, I will be fine. My steak sandwich comes. It came with chips, which I didn't know it did. Like, on a normal day, I would have been like, thank God. And this giant steak sandwich comes out. I was like, holy shit. I was like, can I even eat all that? Because I hate wasting food. It's one of my biggest things. I don't like, generally, like other people in a setting, I don't care, because usually I'll finish their food if they don't finish it. Some of those like videos where people like waste a lot of food for like dumb content, that really annoys me. But I don't like wasting food. He said, like, food's expensive. Some people, it's a thing that I think is shit. Also, I'm a big eater. I love to eat. And I like taking people's leftovers, so I won't let anyone else waste their food. But this steak sandwich comes out and I go, holy shit, can I eat that? That thing's fucking bigger than my head. And I sort of pick it up and I'm like, like the bun feels familiar. And that sounds weird, but I was like, what's going on? And I like kind of look at it, take, the top off, and I'm like, fuck. I was like, for the bun of the steak sandwich, they have used garlic bread. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, I love garlic bread, but I've already eaten, 1.5, like, decently sized pieces. Now I've got 4 more, because the top and bottom are both halves of the thing. I was like, I got 4. I was like, I'm practically eating a whole loaf of garlic bread. I was like, that's how... So I'm eating this steak sandwich. It's delicious, but I'm dying. I'm like force feeding myself all this food. There's so much garlic. I'm so thirsty. I like sit back after I finish. Mum's like, can I have a chip? I was like, babe, you can have literally all of them because I ain't eating them. Like, I hate wasting food, but I was like, I can't put any food. So I gave them to Mum and Dad. Mostly Mum. Dad also had a giant meal. But I sit back after I finish. I took multiple breaks I was like, I need to sit down for a sec. I'm like chugging back water. I sit down, undo my belt buckle like a couple of notches because I was like, oh, I'm feeling full. I was like, I just need to go for a walk. I just need like let the ball start rolling because I was like, and we went to go see my grandmother and my auntie after it, and the whole time we're sitting there, my auntie's like talking about things that I'm like, but I can't focus. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I love you, but I feel wildly. I was like, I shouldn't have eaten that much. Bad decisions were made. I'm sorry. I'm like, we'll catch up soon. I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that much. So it was, it was a good life lesson to continue to remember that you shouldn't always eat so much food. I'm telling myself. I didn't even have breakfast that day. I knew. I was like, I'm planning to eat a big feed, especially on a hangover. And then the garlic bread just really toppled me. It was just so much, but it was kind of delicious. So yeah, and I spent time with my nan and my mum. So it was a nice day getting to spend it with the mothers in my life, but also like it doesn't. The actual mother thing, parents, family, anyone, spend time with, your family. That's the important part of the day, because obviously Mother's Day is a bit commercial. But other than that, it is nice to celebrate people in your life. But that is basically my eventful day of the, of the week since I last talked to you, because I just kind of was getting over COVID. I was like feeling good, but it's just the tiredness, and it threw me just so out of a loop. And I don't know, I forget, because honestly that week was kind of hazy. If I said it last week, but it was because I had COVID, I wasn't going out, so I wasn't going to the gym. And for the gym, I get up at like 10 to 6 every morning to go with my best friend before he goes to work. And so I kind of didn't have that routine for the day. Today was our first day back, actually. And I was like, oh my God, today getting up was rough. But I don't know, it was something about not exercising and not getting up early every morning. I was just not going to bed at a normal time. So instead of, getting up at 6 every morning, I was going to bed at 3, and my cycle was thrown. And so that was really the kicker for last week with having COVID, because I was feeling a bit sick. But it was just, I screwed up my sleep schedule so much. But the only other things I have to talk about is we just finished Dead Boy Detectives. We're a couple of days out of the finale that I posted. If you're into like cute little queer, dark, like supernatural shows, I definitely give the show a watch just in general. And then my reaction, obviously. Also, give the show a watch anyway, because we need views to get renewed for season 2. There's just something about most shows I like, and all shows I love in general, and it's always recency bias as well, but the show was just so amazing. It's one of those things, I talk about shows when they finish all the time because I've enjoyed them a lot. But it was such a good show. It was so cute. It was so sweet. I love the themes. Spoiler alert, because I'm not going to go into it too much. It won't be too long. But just the themes of friendship were really cute. Having, you know, a best friend duo, I think is fantastic. And having a, you know, one gay character and a straight guy, like two men best friends. I like that dynamic. I obviously kind of relate to that feeling because I have a lot of straight male friends, which are my good friends. So I think that's a cute dynamic, which I feel like you don't see as much because usually you have the gay, in general, like when you put a gay character in a show, there's the cliche of like, you know, the straight girl best friend, or you have like, you know, the gays and the lesbians sticking together or any of that. So it's just enjoyable to see, and I liked the dynamic of having like the character kind of in love with his best friend, but it also like working so well and confessing and it going well and not leading to a relationship, but still like them still being strong and I don't know. I think it was just a really beautiful story and a really fun show and like goofy and quirky, and it was funny and it had really good character development. Like after the first episode, I was like, yeah, they're fine. And then at the end, I was like, I love these characters so much. So definitely go watch it just because it sucks. Because I want it to get a season 2 so bad. And I feel like it has a big fan base, which is really fantastic to see. But, you know, Netflix, I messaged one of my good friends because it's right up her alley. And I was like, have you watched it yet? And she's like, no, I'm not watching it because I know I will love it. But she's like, I'm not watching it until I get, till it gets confirmed for season 2. Because I'm not like loving something and Netflix taking it away from me. And you can't get that. Because they've set up so well for a second season. And yeah, I agree that I can't deal with it not getting a second season. It needs to. So go stream it. I don't know if they'll impact it, but also, it was a good show, so I'm saying do yourself a favor. It's definitely, you've got to be the audience for it to like it, I think. I mean, you could like it anyway, but there's definitely a certain demographic for it. I think if you love it, you love it. And if you don't like it, you're kind of like, it's not for me. But it was just so fun. I really enjoyed a lot of the friendships and characters in that show. I think they did it so bloody well. But going on to that, and here's a weird tangent, but you know, it's one of those behind the scenes things about like the YouTube stuff. And it started with this, it started with Dead Boy Detectives, and I've kind of been noticing it more, but I don't know if YouTube has changed something because, and there's not really too much of a complaint about, it's just everything that I've been posting hasn't been, so when you if you don't know, when you post a video, you like tick what you click to monetize it if you want, and then you click kind of what categories it falls under. If it has swearing and, you know, adult themes, if it's made for kids, but also like if it's got violence, like, you know, sexual things, you tick all these different categories. First of all, the subcategories in them I would love to tell someone really stupid and dumb. I just gotta say that, like, they're annoying. Like the first one's like, I wish I could. Can I like? Oh, I can just post something and then. Oh, I clicked. No, I don't want to go live. Okay, here we're going. We're uploading a video. We're just gonna do something to make it so I can see what these are, because I think they're dumb, but I can't tell if anyone else like understand, like will get what I mean. Sorry, I'm just okay. So you have, we'll start with this one because it makes the most sense to me. Inappropriate language. So it says profanity in title, thumbnail, or usage in content. Pretty straightforward. And you have 3 categories, and they have like see more, but I'll just go into them. Abbreviated or censored profanity. Words like hell or damn in the title, thumbnail or video, moderate profanity, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, I would say moderate. Also, it's bad because I'm Australian. So, and if you're Australian, you understand this. We're a swearing culture. Like, everyone swears like a mother. Basically, what I've figured out is I think I need to stop swearing as much, which is going to be really hard for me. But then it's like stronger profanity, like fuck, used in the first 7 seconds, or moderate profanity, like shit, in the title. But that doesn't, like, talk about it throughout the whole thing. And then it's like focal use of profanity throughout the video, such as profanity used in most sentences. But I'm like, how does it... I'm like, if I use it, like, how many times? It's so hard to, like, navigate. And so, like, a lot of my things are getting, like, somewhat monetized. You, like, can only make a certain amount of stuff and certain amount of ads play. And you can't just... I'm just, like... It feels like there's nothing as defined. And they won't tell you which thing you get pulled up for. You can request review. It's the most... I don't know. To me, it's the most confusing process. And I'm just like... Sometimes I'm like, is swearing... I get it, but my content isn't for... Like, I tick not for kids. I think that means that if you're on the, like, YouTube a kids player, you can't play anything of mine. But other than that, I'm like, shouldn't anyone else be above, like, 15? I don't know how, like, the young YouTube kids goes, but it's just, obviously, you don't want young people engaging with horrible content. Don't get me wrong, that's not where I'm going, but I'm just sometimes like, is swearing that bad? But it's different, cultures, people. Obviously, I come from a country where I think everyone swears very heavily, and I hear it a lot, so I'm very used to, like, swearing doesn't really register as much for me. I'm just kind of like, it's kind of like a way of, it's just added into talking. I feel like it's a weird thing. I think I need to read more about it, but I need to, like, consciously, this is maybe what I'm doing this bit for, is I need to consciously remind myself that we are not going to swear as much. Ethan, we're talking to you purely here. You're not going to swear as much in content. Thank you. So I have to say, like, oh, far out, or I need to say, like, fudge, but that's so, I think it's so funny. When people are like, oh, sugar. I'm just like, I get it. It is, like, society would think it's more, polite. To me, swear words don't hold much. They're just more words that some people think are sharper, but obviously I do very highly understand, the politeness of it and around certain people. Like, I'm good at in person, not swearing around people. Like, I don't swear around in public. I'm like, if my friends and I are, like, at a fast food restaurant and they're, like, swearing, I'm like, guys, there's kids. Or, like, around older people who sometimes have more of a problem. I'm very, like, I'm so good with it. But it's hard because you can't police who watches your videos, obviously, and you want lots of different people to watch it. But it's kind of like that. In the comfort, you get, like, that's just how I talk. It's a weird thing. It's such a strange... Everything that is involved with internet stuff is wild and crazy, and it just has so many layers. I don't know. But I wanted to talk about it because I just thought it was kind of interesting and weird, and something that... Sorry, I'm playing with the pillow that I put behind me so my back doesn't hurt as much. Also, sorry if you can hear my chair creaking. I realized that no chair is made for people to sit in it as long as I do, because both, work and rest and relaxation all happen in this chair, because I'm sitting here, I record, I edit, I stream, I do all that. And then when I'm not watching that, I watch TV, I play games in this chair, and poor guy is, holding up well. But when you're in it for literal hours and hours in a day, it's getting squeaky, and it will probably fall apart eventually. It's honestly, it's why I need to stop swearing, is so I can make more money on my videos, so I can afford all the chairs I go through, because they are not holding up with me sitting in them all day. Also, the only other thing that I have on the list that I'll wrap up with, while I'm on the complaining streak. Sorry for this, but this is it's shit to get off my chest. It's the new segment. Damn, am I allowed to say shit? Far out. I think my brain's gonna explode if I try to stop swearing. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna actively try. Holy moly, that's gonna be my new one. Maybe that's what I'll go for. Holy moly. While we're getting stuff off our chest, angry thoughts. American spelling. Now, I don't have a problem with it. It's fine. It's just the fact that, and I know you can change the computer settings and different things, but I feel like they never save. Because also, on like YouTube, on everything, I spell everything the way I know how to spell them, and they just don't. They get that little red line and it's like, it's spelt wrong. And then, because I'll like write a blurb or whatever, and I just instantly click on the like red lines and like autocorrect them, fill them with the word I want. And then half of them I'm like, not half of them, because it's not, but sometimes I just like, it's, especially replying in comments, I'm like, I spelled it right. It's just, it's a different English, and it drives me nuts. A lot of the, I put to, because I think in America, color and flavor don't have the U's, I think, possibly. But it's just so weird that it like happens, and I'm just like, why is the American the bloody default? Because I keep getting, I hate having the little red lines. I don't know if that annoys anyone else. When you spell something wrong, it's like, fix it. I'm like, I can't have red lines. It drives me nuts. It always annoyed me when I was reacting to anime, because I'd like talk about people's names and I was like, these are wrong, and I'm like, just let it go, please. I don't like it looking like I've made a mistake. They're just things. But I think it's really funny. Like overall, it's really funny, but it just, the fact that it annoys me so much makes myself giggle. I'm just like, what the hell's going on? Basically, we're figuring out I am useless, but yeah, but nothing. I gotta learn not to swear. It's just hard, because in a reaction and stuff, maybe it's like you can do it every now and then, but when things scare me or shock me, my main, I've already sworn in this video, so it's fine, but my main reaction usually is like, oh fuck, or like holy shit, or like kill that bitch or something. I'm thinking Dead Boy Detectives, when there's like the evil witch, I'm just like, she sucks, she's I just like, that's my like go-to. So it's gonna be hard, or maybe I'll have to bleep in them. I swear too much to bleep, sorry. I think I've just got to try cutting it out, and then we'll see, because if I still keep getting the weird monetization, then my problem isn't swearing, and I have something else to figure out, which is going to be a nightmare, because I couldn't figure out what else I was doing wrong. So we'll see eventually. Other than that, that's really it. Just a good couple of complaints and some stuff that happened this week, but yeah, it feels like weeks are just flying by, and then I'm like, holy shit, what have I even done? Because I just sit and edit and record and stuff. I did post a couple of, it was good. I finally, because I record, we have some Patreon exclusive movies. Follow me on Patreon if you want. Also, you don't have to. Obviously, there's a free version, but the YouTube's just as easy. It's more if you actually want the full length content. But I had on my list to post like all the Patreon exclusives we've done over the last couple of months. So I got that done. It was really fun to do. But the thing about YouTube is, as well, another complaint, not really, is I don't know how many people look at community tabs, or I don't know how community tabs get out there, or like posts. So I'm hoping stuff in the community posts, someone sees them. I get a couple likes, so I know someone's seeing them, but I don't know where the outreach is. So I'll also say it here. I should say it in a couple other videos that if you do want to look and see if there's any other Patreon exclusive movies that you're interested in, it's there. The thought's there. But But other than that, that's about me for this week. I do hope you have been having a good week or day. And I hope your week to come is good. I hope that over the next week I do something. I might be going to a club during this week, so I might have a couple of good stories, or it'll be boring and nothing. But other than that, I will see you next week, and I hope you have enjoyed.